Good morning. Today's day 44 on the trail. As I said last night, we're camped right now at Deep Creek Hot Springs. We're almost the only ones here right now, which I guess is a very rare privilege. Our tent in the background, and you can see the family here. Kronk and Sacagawea, they are getting packed up and ready to get going. We're going to try something a little bit different today. Hiking yesterday in the midday heat was taxing, to say the least. So while they are going to go ahead and take off here, it's almost 9 o'clock, and power through the middle of the day, Goldilocks and I are going to stay here until about 4 o'clock this afternoon, wait till the worst of the midday heat passes over, and then we're going to take off and try and hike 12 miles between 4 p.m. and probably 11 p.m. Yeah, about right, 11 or 12 p.m. probably by the time we get there. But it'll mean hiking at dark, obviously, but I'd rather hike in the dark than hike in the heat that we had to deal with yesterday. I think I was pretty close to getting heat exhaustion at one point. So anyway, that's how we're starting today off. Okay, now this is something that every hiker should do. These two guys got it figured out, doing their morning yoga, stretches, getting warmed up for the trail, which is the exact opposite of what I do, which is just take a couple of Motrin and throw my pack on my back and start hiking. Sacagawea was just wandering up the hill there to take care of a personal situation, and she snuggled up next to a bush and luckily looked down before the worst happened, which was she sat on a rattlesnake. Yeah. So it's just laying there. I'm gonna zoom the camera in, see if we can get a good picture of it.
He's trying to breathe. He's like, what is this?
Wow.
You know, it's very encouraging that he's not more aggressive than that.
Yeah.
Okay, it is 7:45 in the evening, and although the camera shows that it's probably a lot brighter out here than it really is, it's getting almost to the point of needing a headlamp. We have just left Deep Creek Hot Springs. We stayed there all day long. I did not do any filming because it's a clothing optional camping area. So I don't think I need to explain that to you guys.
You ever seen a grown man naked?
Our hiking family, Kronk, Sacagawea, left about 10:30 this morning, but we decided to sit out the whole day. Just stay there in the shade, relax, recover, because the day before had been brutally hot. Took a lot out of us. And I think we made a good decision because I had a thermometer in my tent all day long, and even in the shade, the temperature never dropped below 95 degrees until about 6 o'clock tonight. So it was a hot, hot day, and I am glad I did not hike it. So obviously we are trying to make up the miles by hiking here at night. Even though it's almost 8 o'clock at night, we're hoping to hike till at least midnight, which hopefully will get us about 8 miles more or less down the trail. Maybe farther. We'll have to see how we feel when it gets that late. Anyway, this is our first experience at night hiking. Hopefully it'll be a good experience because we've got a lot of desert ahead of us, and I hate to have to think about the fact that we might have to hike it all during the daylight. Yeah, our first creature of the night. A killer Jerusalem cricket. Well, it's too late to, it's too dark to see, but we're getting ready to go across a well-known landmark on the PCT, the Rainbow Bridge over Deep Creek. You can see it's a big arching bridge that has rainbow stripes painted underneath it. Goes all the way across the bridge. See if I can zoom in a little bit. Yeah, probably can't see anything in the dark, but pretty epic looking in the daytime. At least so I've been told. Here we have another lurking denizen of the night. The dangerous and deadly Mojave toad. Or at least that's what I'm calling it. Good morning. Day 45 on the PCT. We left Deep Creek Hot Spring last night about 7:30 in the evening. The temperature at that time was still close to 85 degrees, so it was a hot day yesterday. Anticipating another hot day today, unfortunately. We hiked until a little after 11 last night, put in about 6 miles, which unfortunately was only about half of what we were hoping to make. But it's a little tougher hiking tonight than we thought. And there is a crossing right up here of Deep Creek one more time. And the creek is well named. It's not a safe crossing to make at night. So we decided to go ahead and just make our campsite right here. We're actually at the foot, let me kind of turn around a little bit more. We're camped right at the base of the Mojave Dam. So from here on out, we head more out into the actual desert itself. Anticipating, again, hot temperatures. We're probably going to start hiking here soon at 6:45 and hike until it just gets too hot to hot. Wait, what? Hike until it gets too hot to hike anymore. There. And then find some shade, sit out the hottest part of the day, and try and hike again in the evening. So, time to get going. Here comes the sun. Well, sun's up and it's temperature starting to rise, although surprisingly cool for morning, almost cold. It's fine with me. Right there's another view of the Mojave Dam. There's actually somebody walking along top of it right now, but nice little riparian valley going out all the way out there to the mountains in the very far background. And although I don't know it, I think one of those is Baden Powell that will be climbing over here probably sometime in the next 5 or 6 days. The trail, meanwhile, goes this way. Hi, Goldilocks. We are right now taking a midday break next to a stream, a very rare stream, but we've actually been here now for about 5 hours because it got to be about 10, well, close to 11 o'clock this morning, 10:30, and the temperatures hit, I don't know, 150, yeah, 700 degrees, yeah. Yeah, my trekking pole started to melt from touching the ground. So we've been resting here, trying to keep in the shade, trying to keep cool. And right now it is, get my watch in the picture, 4:15. So we'll be leaving here probably in about 2 hours when it cools down. Hopefully the temperature will drop below 100. And then we'll do another long night hike. All right, time check says 6:20 p.m. And we're just moving out, leaving our little streamside oasis. Head back out into the desert. Good news is temperatures right now are fairly tolerable. Light cloud cover, so we kind of don't really want to set a target for the number of miles we're going to hike. We're just going to hike until we're too tired to hike anymore, and that may be 9 o'clock, maybe midnight, who knows. But our goal is to get at least 11 miles, because outside of Silver Lake there's a famous little spot where you can call and put in an order for a delivery pizza. That's right, there's actually a place that will deliver a pizza to you way the hell out here on the trail in the middle of nowhere, and everybody says it's well worth the extra expense. And considering it's been a while since I've had anything other than mashed potatoes and top ramen for dinner, pizza sounds awesome. Well, the hiking now is not unpleasant. There's a slight breeze and the sun just went down. It's 7:30 on the nose, but I'm still sweating going up these hills. So I swear to God, I do not know how people can do this in the middle of the day. I'd be dead after half a mile. All right, this sucker's being camera shy, but he was right in the middle of the trail and I came walking by. Hey, they smile. Southern Pacific rattlesnake. Only about 2 feet long. Never rattled at me. But there's his rattles right there. God dang, light. Come on. Light. There we go. So, anyway, as soon as I got the camera out, naturally he had to dive in the bush where I couldn't see him. Okay, it's about 9 o'clock right now, and we've been hiking for, 3 hours, 2.5 hours? I can't remember what time we started. But this is my view of the trail. And there is a trail denizen. Smile for the camera. Anyway, as I was saying, obviously hiking at night has its pros and cons. The pro being, of course, that it's significantly cooler than it is during the daylight when you can bake your brains out on the trail. But the drawback is that there's really nothing to look at except the trail itself. And the reality is you really have to keep a super sharp lookout on the trail, because that's when creatures like rattlesnakes are most active. In fact, we did see one about a half an hour ago, and I got a picture of that that I'll include. Well, you probably already saw it. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna hike like this for 2 or 3 hours and then call it a night. And here we have the reason that I do not like the cowboy camp. Look at that horror. And it's about 2 feet long. About as long as my arm. Look at that thing. Horrible chompers. Deadly poisonous. I hate those things. Probably not. I need to look up the species because I'm not 100% sure. I'm tempted to say it's a night snake, but you can see its markings. Got a kind of a neat ring or a collar around its neck. I guess it's probably about close to 10 inches long. So, pretty cool little snake. So I think it's a night snake, but I'll definitely have to check my guide just to make sure. But kind of a neat little find. Only our second snake of the night. The first one, of course, was that Southern Pacific rattlesnake. Okay. I'll take a